Ever felt that airports have a strange kind of control over you? From the moment you step through those automatic doors, it's like entering a carefully designed experiment, one that studies your patience, your impulses, even your wallet. Every path you walk, every sign you follow, every cent drifting through the terminal isn't random. It's all part of a system built not just to move you, but to guide you. Look closer. The soft carpet that makes you slow down after security, the glass walls that reveal duty-free lights like a casino, the endless loop of calm announcements that make you wait just a bit longer. None of this is an accident. It's strategy. Airports have become psychological theaters, precision engineered to make travelers feel safe enough to spend, distracted enough to obey, and grateful enough not to question why. But here's the truth. Behind the polished smiles, there's a whole list of tricks that airlines and airports don't want you to know. The kind of secrets that save you money, time, and frustration. Once you see them, you'll never look at flying the same way again. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain. 11 hidden flight tricks, each one quietly shaping how you travel, how you think, and how much you pay, without you even realizing it. Ready to see what really happens behind those boarding gates? Let's begin. Here's something airlines and airports will never mention, because it quietly breaks one of their most profitable systems. Every time you call an Uber or Lyft from the airport, you're not just paying the driver, you're paying the airport. It's called a pickup surcharge, a hidden fee that can range from $4 to $15 simply because your ride starts on airport property. Multiply that by thousands of daily passengers, and you begin to see the scale of this invisible income stream. The longer the lines, the more chaos in the pickup zone, the more people just accept it. Convenience has been weaponized, but the smartest travelers, they've learned to slip out of the system entirely. Instead of ordering a rideshare directly from the terminal, they hop on a free hotel shuttle. Almost every airport hotel, Holiday Inn, Best Western, Ibis, runs a complimentary bus to and from the terminals, 24 hours a day. The trick? No one ever checks if you're staying there. Once the shuttle drops you off at the hotel lobby, that's when you order your Uber. Suddenly, there's no airport surcharge, no traffic chaos, no pickup confusion. The driver reaches you faster, your wallet stays heavier, and the airport earns nothing from your trip. It gets better. Those hotel pickup points are usually well-lit, quiet, and safe, far from the stressful concrete maze of airport parking structures. If you're traveling solo, late at night, or with heavy luggage, that small detail matters more than you think. Picture it. You roll your suitcase through the calm of a hotel lobby, order your ride in peace, and glide away while others are still waiting for their delayed Uber in the cold pickup bay. It feels almost illegal, but it isn't. It's just awareness. So next time you land, don't follow the crowd to the chaos. Check your map, find the nearest airport hotel, and take the free shuttle. You'll save money, skip the stress, and gain something airports hate most: control. Because once you understand how their system profits from your habits, every move you make can become a quiet act of rebellion. One ride, one hack at a time, you start flying smarter than the system ever intended. If there's one thing every traveler dreads, it's that long, winding line at airport security. The kind that moves an inch every 5 minutes while the clock ticks mercilessly toward boarding time. You sigh, shuffle forward, and wonder why it always feels this slow. But here's the secret: it doesn't have to be. Across the world, some airports have quietly rolled out a reserved security time slot system, and hardly anyone knows about it. It's completely free, it's official, and it can save you 20 minutes or more of standing in line. Here's how it works. The day before your flight, you go to your airport's website. Somewhere, often buried under the security and check-in section, you'll find an option called Reserve Security Time. You pick a 30-minute window, enter your flight info, and receive a QR code by email. The next day, you head straight to a dedicated security lane, scan your code, and walk right through while hundreds of passengers wait in the regular queue. Airports like London Heathrow, Amsterdam Schiphol, Orlando, Seattle, Brisbane, and Sydney already use it. Others are testing it quietly, afraid that if too many people catch on, the benefit will vanish. And that's why you'll rarely hear about it in newsletters or at check-in counters. The fewer people who know, the smoother it stays. For travelers without TSA PreCheck or business class privileges, this is the ultimate equalizer. A little-known perk that gives you back control of your time. 2 minutes to book, 20 minutes saved. The next time you pack your passport, add one more item to your pre-flight checklist. Search your airport name plus reserve security time. Because airports thrive on the idea that chaos is normal, that waiting, rushing, and stressing are simply part of the experience. But once you learn to step outside that rhythm, to plan your path with intention, you start to realize something powerful. The system only works if you play along, and you now no longer have to. Some airport hacks don't need apps, memberships, or even planning. Just a little awareness. This one is so simple, yet it works almost every single time. It's called the left lane trick. When passengers approach airport security, nearly everyone drifts toward the right. It's human nature. We drive on the right, we're right-handed, and we subconsciously follow the flow of the crowd. The result? The rightmost lanes clog up fast, while the ones on the far left stay almost empty. Seasoned travelers and airport staff know this secret well. The left lane, more often than not, moves faster, even during peak travel hours. Why? Because people assume the crowd knows best. Nervous flyers, families with children, or those new to air travel usually follow whoever's in front of them. Meanwhile, the calm, observant few who look around instead of rushing in line glide through security minutes ahead of everyone else. Next time you find yourself at the checkpoint, pause for 2 seconds. Look down the row of lanes. You'll almost always notice the pattern. Crowds to the right, space on the left. Step away from the herd. You'll not only save 10 to 15 minutes, but you'll also feel a subtle shift. That moment when you stop being part of the airport machine and start moving like you own the place. And that's the beauty of these quiet hacks. They're not about breaking rules. They're about seeing patterns others miss, recognizing that in a world designed to funnel people one way, the smartest travelers walk the other. So when you hit that line next time, remember, left is freedom, right is frustration. It's a tiny choice. But at airports, tiny choices change everything. If you've ever stood at the baggage carousel watching everyone else's suitcase roll by while yours never appears, you know that sinking feeling, that helpless moment when your trip, your clothes, maybe even your peace of mind, vanish behind a conveyor belt. Airlines call it delayed baggage. But let's be honest, that's just corporate language for we lost it and hope you won't notice yet. Here's the truth. Airlines misplace millions of bags every year. Most are found eventually, but the tracking systems they use are outdated, slow, and unreliable. That's why the smartest travelers no longer wait for the airline to tell them where their luggage is. They track it themselves. With tools like Apple AirTags or Samsung Smart Tags, you can literally see where your suitcase is in real time. It's as simple as tucking the tag into a side pocket, under your clothes, or behind a lining, anywhere hidden inside your bag. Then open your phone and watch the map. Is your luggage still sitting at your departure airport? You'll see it. Left on the tarmac? You'll know. Already on the carousel before you get there? You'll be first to grab it. There are even stories of travelers helping airport staff locate their own lost bags by showing them the tag's exact GPS point inside a storage room. For about $30, it's one of the best investments any traveler can make. Because depending on airline tracking in 2025 is like using a flip phone in a 5G world. Slow, clumsy, and out of touch. And beyond convenience, there's something psychological about it. Knowing where your bag is gives you peace of mind, a feeling of control in a place designed to take it away. You walk lighter, stress less, and stop second-guessing every announcement echoing through the terminal. So don't wait for that dreaded report desk moment. Slip a tracker into your luggage, check the map, and smile quietly when you see that familiar blue dot moving with you. It's not paranoia. It's proactive travel. And that's something the airlines never prepared for. You've probably noticed it. That subtle shift in mood the moment you pass through security. The air feels calmer. The lighting softens. The carpet changes color. Suddenly, the chaos of check-in fades, replaced by a strange sense of comfort. You didn't imagine it. It's design, psychological airport design. Every detail you see beyond the scanners is deliberate. Airports are built not just for safety or efficiency, but to shape your behavior. After security, most terminals switch to soft, patterned carpet. The kind you'd find in a hotel, not a transit hub. The reason? Carpet slows your walking speed. When you slow down, you notice more, especially the shops around you. Lighting works the same way. Bright, almost clinical lighting dominates check-in areas to keep you alert and moving fast. But once you're airside, the lights dim slightly, bouncing off warm-colored walls and reflective floors. It relaxes your brain, lowers your guard, and quietly opens your wallet. And then there's scent marketing. Invisible but powerful. Ever walk past a cafe that smells impossibly good, even when no one's cooking? That's not coincidence. Airports use diffusers that pump out scents like vanilla, citrus, or fresh coffee, each scientifically proven to trigger comfort and nostalgia. When you feel safe, you spend more. Even the layout conspires with intent. Duty-free shops are placed so you must walk through them, often in zigzag patterns designed to expose you to as many displays as possible. Walkways are narrower than you think, a subtle funnel effect that slows traffic and increases exposure time to products. It's a system of soft manipulation, not through loud ads, but through architecture. Your mood, your pace, your focus, all tuned like an instrument. And here's the twist. It's not all sinister. These designs do help ease anxiety before a flight. They make you feel safe, predictable, and guided. But make no mistake, that comfort has a purpose. The longer you linger, the more you spend, and the smoother the system earns. So next time you walk through a terminal, notice what's happening around you. The glow on the perfume bottles, the curve of the hallways, the faint scent of coffee that leads you straight into a store you didn't plan to visit. Airports may call it passenger experience design, but the truth is it's behavioral choreography. And the moment you recognize the pattern, the spell breaks. You wipe down your tray table, sanitize your hands after security, maybe even avoid touching bathroom door handles. But there's one thing almost every traveler forgets. The dirtiest part of your journey isn't your seat or your food tray. It's your luggage wheels. Think about where they've been. Across sticky airport floors, through bathrooms, over sidewalks covered in gum, oil, rainwater, and who knows what else. Then, after a long flight, those same wheels roll straight across your hotel carpet or living room floor, carrying invisible souvenirs from every stop along the way. Tests on airport floors have found traces of E. coli, fecal bacteria, jet fuel residue, and even viruses. The moment your bag hits the ground, its wheels pick it all up. And since few people ever clean them, those wheels become tiny petri dishes on rotation. The fix? Shockingly simple. Keep a small pack of disinfectant wipes in an outer pocket of your carry-on. After every trip, or even before loading your suitcase into a taxi or your car, give the wheels a quick wipe. It takes 30 seconds, but it prevents a long list of bacteria from hitching a ride back to your home. And here's something parents should especially know. Never let kids sit on or lean against a suitcase. It looks harmless, even cute for a photo, but those wheels have seen more bathroom floors than any toy ever should. The same goes for travelers sitting on the floor at the gate. Avoid leaning on your luggage. What feels like a resting spot might as well be a gas station restroom floor in disguise. It's one of those invisible details that separates a casual traveler from a seasoned one. Because flying smart isn't only about upgrades or shortcuts, it's about awareness. So before your next flight, remember, those wheels are world travelers too. Just make sure they don't bring the world's germs back home. The words duty-free sound like magic. Tax-free shopping, exclusive brands, travel-only deals. Airports want you to believe you're walking into a paradise of savings. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most duty-free stores aren't cheaper. In many cases, they're more expensive than the shops you pass on your way to the airport. Why? Because airports understand psychology. After the stress of security, your brain craves reward. You've made it through the lines, the noise, the rush. Now you deserve something nice. Duty-free zones are built to feed that emotion. Bright lighting, polished counters, salespeople offering perfume samples, all carefully designed to trigger impulse buying. Meanwhile, price tags quietly inflate. A bottle of perfume that costs $90 in town might sit at $115 tax-free. Alcohol bundles and cosmetics gift sets are often custom sizes made only for airports, which means you can't easily compare prices online. You think you're getting a deal, but you're really buying convenience wrapped in clever marketing. The smart move? Always price check before you fly. If there's a product you plan to buy abroad, look up its local retail price. Use barcode apps or simply search it on your phone right there at the store. You'll be surprised how often tax-free actually means overpriced. And if you really want a souvenir, skip the global chains. Look for small local brands, airport pop-ups, or artist encounters, items you genuinely can't find elsewhere. Those tell a story. The overpriced cologne doesn't. Airports thrive on the illusion of exclusivity. They don't just sell goods, they sell permission to indulge. But once you see through the trick, it loses its spell. So before you swipe that card under the fluorescent glow of a duty-free counter, pause. Ask yourself one simple question. Is this cheaper or just easier? Because the smartest traveler isn't the one who spends less. It's the one who knows exactly why they're being tempted to spend it all. Every traveler knows the struggle. Cramped seat, dry air, endless hum of engines. You close your eyes, but your brain won't switch off. The cabin lights dim, yet your mind keeps replaying every noise and vibration around you. It feels impossible to rest at 35,000 feet. Before you reach for sleeping pills, try a secret that flight attendants and frequent travelers quietly swear by. The valerian root plus ASMR combo. Valerian root is an herbal extract used for centuries to calm the nervous system. It's gentle, non-addictive, and far less intense than prescription aids. Take one capsule or drink a cup of valerian tea about 30 to 60 minutes before boarding, and your body naturally begins to unwind. Your heartbeat slows, your muscles release tension. Perfect conditions for falling asleep midair. Now add ASMR, those soft-spoken videos, gentle tapping sounds, or rhythmic brushing audio that triggers a relaxation response in your brain. When paired together, they form a powerful sensory reset. Slip on noise-canceling headphones, cue up a calming ASMR playlist, and let the repetitive soundscape mask the drone of the engines. Within minutes, your mind detaches from the flight environment entirely. No grogginess on landing, no chemical haze, just natural calm. It's a trick many nervous flyers use before takeoff, including cabin crew who need quick naps during long hauls. You don't need first-class seats or melatonin cocktails to sleep like a pro. You just need to hack your biology. Here's your pre-flight ritual. Hydrate, stretch, take valerian, press play. Let your senses drift into that slow, rhythmic quiet. You'll wake up somewhere over the ocean, rested, alert, and maybe a little shocked that it actually worked. It's the kind of secret the travel industry will never market, because peace of mind doesn't sell products. But for those who know, this simple blend of plant chemistry and sound therapy turns every flight into a moving meditation. You've probably been told 100 times to label your luggage clearly. Name, phone number, address, just in case it gets lost. It sounds responsible, even smart. But in 2025, that old advice has quietly become a security risk. Here's why. Your luggage tag doesn't just tell someone who you are. It tells them where you live. And if you're at the airport, that means your house is empty. It sounds like a long shot, but it's happened. Thieves in major cities have been caught scanning luggage tags in airport parking lots and lounges, noting addresses of passengers on outbound flights. Hours later, those homes were broken into, all because of a name tag that said too much. The safer, smarter move? Only list your first name and a contact method, phone number, email, or a QR code that links to a secure digital contact form. That's all anyone needs to return a lost bag. Nothing more. If you want to take it a step further, invest in a smart luggage tag. one that hides your information behind a code or app-based system. Some even connect to your AirTag or SmartTag for double protection. It's about balancing visibility with privacy. You want to be reachable, not traceable. Think about it. When your suitcase rolls through 6 airports and 3 hotels, how many strangers lay eyes on that little white tag? Baggage handlers, taxi drivers, hotel porters, even other travelers in line. Each one a potential set of curious eyes. So next time you're packing, strip that tag of anything personal. No home address, no work address, no full ID info. Because sometimes being too prepared can actually make you vulnerable. Smart travelers don't just plan for lost luggage, they plan for what happens if it's found by the wrong person. If you've ever sat through a 3-hour delay at sunset, wondering why your flight keeps getting rescheduled, here's the truth the airlines won't say out loud. The later you fly, the more things go wrong. Airports run like dominoes. When one flight is delayed in the morning, maybe because of weather, maintenance, or crew issues, that delay ripples across the entire network. By afternoon, it's chaos. Gates get backed up, crews time out, and planes miss their slots. But early flights, they're the first dominoes, and they usually stand tall. That's why the pros, pilots, flight attendants, business travelers, almost always fly before 9 a.m. Those planes are already parked at the gate overnight, fueled, cleaned, and waiting. There's less air traffic, fewer weather patterns forming, and almost zero ripple effects from other flights. Sure, waking up at 4 a.m. feels brutal, but it comes with trade-offs that matter. Early flights are statistically on time up to 80% more often than afternoon departures. They also tend to have calmer passengers, smaller lines, and smoother connections. There's another bonus: better prices. Airlines quietly discount some early departures because fewer people want them. Add in lighter turbulence, since storms and thermals often bill later in the day, and you've got a triple win: cheaper, smoother, and faster. For nervous flyers, this matters even more. The calm of dawn, the soft light pouring through the terminal windows, the sense of empty space before the world wakes up. It all makes flying feel easier, even peaceful. Yes, it means setting your alarm at a painful hour, but the reward is simple: control. You take off on time, land on time, and arrive with more of your day still ahead of you, while the rest of the airport is still waking up. So next time you plan a trip, skip the midday convenience. Pick the sunrise flight, because in the quiet hours of morning, when the sky is still gray and the runways are empty, flying feels the way it used to: smooth, efficient, and full of promise. You've heard it countless times from flight attendants. Please place your smaller bag under the seat in front of you. It sounds harmless, even logical, but what airlines don't tell you is that this is one of the riskiest spots on the plane for your belongings. Let's start with hygiene. That carpet beneath your seat, it's almost never deep cleaned. Over hundreds of flights, it collects a cocktail of things you'd rather not think about: spilled drinks, crumbs, bacteria from passengers' shoes, traces of vomit, and even restroom residue. Every time you slide your backpack or purse under there, it absorbs some of it. You might not see it, but it's there, pressed against your clothes, your laptop case, your travel pillow. Then there's theft. On long-haul or overnight flights, when the cabin lights dim, thieves know exactly where to look. They reach under seats, unzipping half-open bags while passengers sleep. It's fast, silent, and almost impossible to detect. Dozens of incidents are reported every year, and many more go unnoticed. Travelers simply assume they misplaced their items. Even if nothing's stolen, there's a third risk: loss. Things fall out: passports, sunglasses, earbuds. They slip from unzipped side pockets and vanish into the dark crevices of the cabin floor. Once the plane lands, finding them is nearly impossible. Cleaning crews work fast, and if something isn't in plain sight, it's gone. And finally, there's comfort. That precious legroom you already paid for, you're cutting it in half by cramming a bag underneath. It restricts circulation, especially on long flights, increasing the risk of swelling or deep vein thrombosis, DVT. So what's the better move? Keep your essentials close, but your main bag overhead. If you must store something below, pack a small, slim tote with only the items you'll actually use during the flight. Charger, headphones, medication, water, a book. Keep it zipped tight and easy to pull out. Some frequent travelers even clip their bag to the seat frame using a carabiner, a small but clever trick that prevents both theft and slippage. Next time you board, look at that space beneath your seat for what it really is. Not a storage area, but a bacterial hotspot and a pickpocket's dream. Airlines won't tell you this because they need the overhead bins clear, but you don't have to play along. Protect your space, your comfort, and your peace of mind. Because up here, 35,000 feet above the ground, awareness is your best form of security. And the smartest travelers never put their trust or their bag where the airlines tell them to. You've just learned 11 hidden truths about how airports and airlines quietly shape the way you travel. From the fees they slip into your Uber rides to the cents they pump through terminals, every detail is engineered, not to help you, but to influence you. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. These tricks don't make you powerless. They make you aware. Because flying smart isn't about luxury lounges or gold memberships. It's about understanding the system. Every time you choose awareness over autopilot, you take a small piece of control back. The next time you walk through a terminal, notice the patterns, the music tempo near the shops, the placement of mirrors, the way announcements nudge you to move faster. These are not coincidences. They're choreography. But you now know the steps. So fly earlier, sit smarter, pack wiser, question everything. Because the moment you stop playing their game, you start traveling on your own terms. If you found these insights useful, hit that like button and subscribe. And don't miss our next video. It reveals what really happens when your flight gets mysteriously delayed. Thanks for watching. And fly smarter, not just farther.